We want to take the elevator, yeah? Thanks, Kazuichi. The elevator is working now. Alright, let's go. We walked into the elevator and made our way to Strawberry House. It's been a while since I've come to Strawberry House. Hey, you're here!
Hey.
Kazuichi, how'd the repairs go? Yeah, well, the damage wasn't too bad once I got the parts. I was able to fix it right away. You've got a lot of nerve saying that when you use Nekomaru's parts without my permission. Well, I mean, even so. Anyway, now that we're all here, why don't we hurry up and try it out? What will happen if you press the button to Strawberry Hall's door?
Even so.
But there's no way it'll open. You haven't done anything about the chain. I'm not so sure. The door to Strawberry Hall's behind Nekomaru's body was blocked off by that chain, remember? If you didn't do anything about that, it doesn't even matter if you fix the button on the outside. Hey, hydrate. Thank you, Locust. Ooh, excuse me. Well, we'll know if we try it out. It's not even worth trying it out. No, we've all come this far. You're saying we should try it out and we should give it a shot.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be great. Open the fucking door. There's no way this door will open. Not when the other side is chained up. With a feeling of resignation, I press the button. Huh?
Hey.
Well, why did it open?
Impossible.
Impossible. Where did the chain go?
Hold it.
Hold on a sec. That's not the only thing that's strange. That's right. Another way to say it. This definitely looks weird.
So.
What do you mean, huh? Hey, does this all look the same as when we were in Grape Tower? Yeah, you're right. When we were inside Grape Tower, Nekomaru's body was in front of the far back door. Which means his body should be in front of the door to Strawberry Hall. So if we entered this from Strawberry Hall, his body should be right in front of the door as we walk in. Why isn't it like that? Why is Nekomaru's body in front of the door to Grape Hall?
Hey.
Not just that, the parts that I carefully arranged when I disassembled the body all moved too. The body isn't the only thing that moved. Even the tipped over pillar and the spilled oil. They all moved the exact same way. The crime scene looks identical to how we saw it when we entered from Grape Hall. Everything that was at the crime scene inside Grape Tower shifted to the opposite side. As if it all rotated 180 degrees, right? I can't imagine the floors actually rotate 180 degrees, but is that really what this means? No, it's more than that. There's an even greater mystery here. A mystery so great that it could drastically affect the outcome of the case. We might have to rethink this. We might need to fundamentally rethink how we've been approaching this case. Strange feeling in towers when added to the truthful section of your handbook. Change and update in your handbook.
I see.
The chain disappeared. The strange feeling I felt when I went back and forth between the two towers. Yep, just as I thought. It was definitely the right choice to confirm this. Just as you thought. You already knew about this mystery? You have a bad habit of relying on others when you don't understand. Why don't you try investigating first?
See?
So what is your ideas after that information? Shit fucked up for real. Official statement. I don't know what's going on here. I'm wondering if somehow Grape Tower and Strawberry Tower are like... I don't know. I really just don't have I have no idea right now. Because basically, it seems like... I don't know. I'm thinking somehow one of the towers is like a duplicate protocol or something. Like, there's some weird tech shit happening. Because so far we've had it so Nagito was able to just teleport into a room, basically. Monokuma was just able to make an android cybernetic version of Nekomaru after he died, more or less. So there's some kind of like techno fuckery happening here, is my best guess. That door at the far back with a picture of a grape on it. Maybe there's a clue hidden there. There's a clue on that door? I mean, it's missing a handle. It's a door with a picture of grapes on it. This should lead to Grape Hall. Wait, huh? One of the doorknobs is gone, but the screws came out with it.
Now then.
It's the same as that doorknob that was on the floor.
See?
See? The screws came out with it, right? Then the doorknob next to Nekomaru's body came off the door to Grape Hall. Well, that's what it looks like. When you said clue, were you talking about this? But what is it a clue to? You've been following this pretty closely before here, so I'm just gauging where you're at, you know? I get what you're saying. I feel like I had a fairly good grasp on this, and now there's just a full right hook to the face. I need to readjust my entire perspective of this around. Alright.
What?
Huh? You get even more confused? No need to worry. Just one clue will change everything. Huh? All the mysteries will be solved as if everything were linked together if you can reach it. Just like I did. What does that mean? If I ask him that, Nagito probably won't give me an answer. It'll just be a waste of time to ask. Oh?
It appears that it's time for the class trial.
Perspective, you say. Think along that line. Understood.
To tell you the truth, I'm tired. Extremely tired. I feel like spending the rest of my life hibernating already.
Why?
Man, I know it's bad, but I'm so sleepy. I just want to ditch.
You're doing great. Do some squats. Thank you, Bubbles.
Though I really don't feel like it, I'll show you my serious side when you come to the class trial. Even though it's impossible since it's so annoying, you can count on me to take this seriously.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. 10 squats for the bubble. It's all the tropical cocktails he drinks. It's time for the alcohol to finally kick in. LMFAO. Well, looks like the match's kicking in. Woo! Looks like it's going to start. Another class trial.
Hey, hey!
But how are you supposed to get to the trial ground?
Damn it!
You're right. We can't do anything unless we get out of this building. Kane, did something happen?
Hey!
No, well, do you guys hear something? Hear something?
Hey!
What do you hear this time? Suddenly, as if cutting off Shiaki, our surroundings started to shake and rumble. And then it suddenly appeared before us. What? What the fuck? The fuck? Is he telling us to go inside from here? Seems that way. Alright, I'm gonna go. Just hold on, Nekomaru. I'll make sure I avenge you. Jeez, at least be a little cautious. It's obviously a trap. I agree. I detect the scent of danger. Even my familiars are saying do not go inside. How interesting! If you can kill me, you're welcome to try. Try stabbing your sword through my very heart. Ha 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 ha! Now then, we shall get moving as well. Yep, you're right. It's annoying, but I miss Sonya's going. There's no way I'm not gonna go. But it's so damn annoying. I guess it doesn't matter if it's a trap or not. One by one, everyone went into Monokuma Rock. Until I was the only one left. And I was about to take a step forward. We are the same. The same stepladders. Huh? Nagito was suddenly standing next to me, with his eyes locked onto Monokuma Rock. Other than the small movements of his mouth, he was perfectly still. You and I are just stepladders for everyone who holds the title of Ultimate. I always believed that I didn't mind. Unlike you, I know my place. What are you saying? That's why I was prepared to become a sacrifice at any time. And from that, true hope would be born. I always believed that the talent that survived would be true hope. But it wasn't. There is no hope amidst all this killing. Of course there isn't. What kind of hope comes from killing people? What? Really? Are you suggesting that sacrificing others for hope isn't real hope? But you're wrong. It's only natural and extremely obvious that strong hope devours weak hope. After all, that's what it means to live, right? There's no way I'm going to accept that. Oh well. It's not like that's what I wanted to say to you anyway. There's this one novel I like. A Peculiar Mystery Story. A novel? The story is told from the point of view of a high school girl involved in a serial killer mystery. When you get to the end, surprise, surprise, the girl was actually the killer. Of course, the story is written carefully so the reader doesn't learn the ending in the middle of the story. The protagonist is just a projection of the reader, and this projection turns out to be the killer. Which means the killer you were looking for the whole time was inside you all along. How do you feel about novels like that? What the heck are you talking about? You're just jumping from one topic to another. And I can't comment on a book that I've never read before.
No good at all.
Such a normal answer. I should have expected that from a talentless preserve course student like you. Get. But I know that you don't matter at all. So why do I care about you? You admire hope. I love hope.
Right?
In some ways, we're similar. Maybe that difference is what's making me so emotional. Enough already. I don't have time to argue with you. Let's go. Everyone is waiting. Everyone, huh? So you still believe you're just like everyone else? Reserve course students are so full of themselves. Nagito's chilling laugh continued as he disappeared into Monokuma Rock. Calm down. That's right. I need to calm down. I took several deep breaths. Once my nerves had settled, I stepped into Monokuma Rock. On a totally unrelated note, check out 8 Perfect Murders. Amazing book. I'll keep that one in mind. I haven't heard about that. The elevator shook violently as it descended at an ever-increasing speed. We're in a normal elevator. That shakes this bad. Reminds me of how efficient that elevator I'm at in the Funhouse was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true. The elevator continued to shake and ascended deeper and deeper. And suddenly, it stopped, like it always does. And the door opened. Oh. I understand your desire to applaud this wonderfully vulgar trial ground. But it's so exhausting to discuss useless things. So let's just get on with it already. So sad. My chest hurts. Forcing everyone to do this is so sad. Hey. Don't go talk without permission after I've said my catchphrases. Otherwise, I'll roll a dice to base the result. I'll give you a sex change operation that many times. What an extreme punishment. Then, let's get on with it once again. Let's get a move on, boys and girls. And so it begins. I hope this would never happen again, and now it's happening for the 4th time. The curtain to the 4th class trial was about to open. Nekomaru Nidai, the ultimate team manager. He was more passionate, more daring, more honest than anyone I'd ever met. Surely he was more man than any of us. He sacrificed his body to protect Akane, and his appearance changed drastically because of that. But he still tried to live earnestly. And just when I finally got used to his new form, Nekomaru's killer is one of us. Killing someone because it's the only way to survive is no excuse. I won't let this be excused. I won't forgive this. The person who betrayed Nekomaru, who betrayed their friends. I will never, ever forgive them. You don't have gender dysphoria at the beginning of the dice, you will by the end. That feels like a very traumatic thing to go through repeatedly. It's like, hey, let's just, rip you, a surgery is just, cutting into somebody. So imagine getting, cut into multiple times in a very quick succession. And I doubt Monokuma would do any kind of, anesthesia or any painkiller. So that'd just be super fucking painful. And so, this life-threatening trial billowing with hope and despair has begun. Yes, save progress, please. Do I have any extra skills I can use? I do not. Alright, let's go.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the Blackened will receive punishment. But if I'll punish everyone besides the Blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Someone has been doing free time? I've done plenty of free time. Hydrate. Thank you, Locust.
Starving by now, but let's get revved up and raring to go. Whoever survives will be treated to a fancy lunch. Guess what? Rabbit curry is on the menu.
Oh, I gotta survive now. I want some rabbit curry.
Huh? I'm not the main ingredient, right?
Monami is not meat.
I'm here today because Coach Nekomaru risked his life to protect me. I'm gonna be the one who avenges him. I'll definitely find out who the killer is. I'm definitely not tempted by curry. Got it?
You're tempted by the curry. I'm tempted by the curry.
Akane, you seem to have an impressive amount of drool flowing from your mouth.
No, that's how she looks at breakfast.
Hey, why don't we try going over the incident? We weren't able to leave Strawberry House, so I want to make sure we get a detailed understanding.
I discovered Nekomaru's body a little before 7 a.m. I headed over to Grape Tower for Monokuma Taichi and found the body there. Hajime and Chiaki were also with me.
Hajime was with Miss Sonia and Chiaki that early in the morning?
Kazuichi, get your head out of the fucking gutter.
Don't tell me you three were together since last night!
Imbecile! I am not some woman with flexible legs.
Of course you're not. You're much classier than that.
With legs like those, I could probably do the splits real easy.
We just happened to run into each other on the first floor of Grape House and went to the tower together.
And then, the three of us discovered Nekomaru's body.
The body discovery announcement was made soon after. Akane heard that and rushed over.
We heard the body discovery announcement too, from Strawberry House, obviously.
Alright.
As I recall, we found out the elevator was out of order, which left us stuck.
So we decided to go to the tower for the time being and headed for Strawberry Hall. But someone even broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that.
Thinking we should at least find some method to communicate, we set our sights on the lounge telephone.
Forget these boring intros. Let's talk about the killer.
We don't know who the killer is, Akane. We need the setup.
Anyway, it's definitely someone from Strawberry House.
How?
What do you mean, definitely?
There's no way a chick would kill someone so cruelly. So it must be one of you Strawberry House dudes.
I mean, yeah, but, you know, Hajime was in Grape House.
One of you better hurry up and confess, or I'll break all of you in half!
You're the cruelest one here.
Now, enough with the lovers' quarrel. We need to think about this seriously. We don't have the luxury of discussing irrelevant things. The incident this time has many questions.
Did Akane see Genocide Jill? SMH.
The incident notwithstanding, I also have many questions.
I feel like that book that Nagito was talking about had to have been written by, fuck, what was her name? Was it Fuyuku? No, it wasn't Fuyuku. I forget her name. But the girl that was, like, obsessed over Byakuya. I know, like, Genocide Jill was her alternate split personality thing, but I forget, like, her actual name. It was Toko? I think it was Toko something. I forget what the other half of her name was. I was gonna say Toko.
Then let's start with something even Miss Sonia can understand. The weapon.
What is that, Kazuichi? You have literally negative Riz.
Well, the weapon is obvious, right? What the heck, you guys? The weapon. You can totally tell just by looking.
You can tell what the weapon is just by looking. Not much of a mystery if that were true. The only thing at the crime scene that looked like a weapon was probably... I mean, like, the pillar was the only thing with blood on it. I'm gonna say the tipped over pillar. Like, that was the only thing that had oil on it.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer. The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
I don't think so.
Unexpected, I suppose that is possible.
That's right. It was a surprise beating. The weapon is decided.
The hammer in the tower was the weapon. Like you said, it looks like that's the case, but...
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer. The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
Okay. That's not gonna work there. Hammer's definitely the weapon. Use that to beat up Nekomaru.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer. The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
So that's not right either.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer. The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
If it was unexpected, I suppose that is possible.
That's right. It was a surprise beating. The weapon is decided.
Surprise beating.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer. The killer used that and beat the crap out of him.
If it was unexpected, I suppose that is possible.
That's right. It was a surprise beating. The weapon is decided.
I guess we should figure out the weapon.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar.
No, the hammer. The killer used that and beat the crap out of him.
If it was unexpected, I suppose that is possible.
That's right. It was a surprise beating. The weapon is decided.
You cannot absorb consent statements, if I remember correctly. That is correct. I just keep forgetting it. And sometimes I just don't do it right.
Figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer. The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
No, that's not right either. What am I trying to use here?
Damn it!
'Cause, like, it's not the hammer. The hammer wasn't the weapon.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the
They
crime.
could have used the wire to, like,
That pillar.
restrain him, right?
No, the hammer. The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
What the fuck am I supposed to be doing?
Damn it!
Hmm.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer. The killer used that and beat the crap out of him.
Alright.
If it was unexpected, I suppose that is possible.
That's right.
It was a surprise beating.
No. Yo, hello. I'm trying to. I know. Hello, mommy. I'm trying to remember how to. You told me how to pronounce your name. I'm trying to remember. It was Maruvi, right? Maruvi? How we doing tonight? Thanks for stopping by. I'm currently butchering this trial. Unless I got it wrong just now. I need to take it one more time.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer. The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, he got beat up, but like there was
If
like
it was unexpected, I suppose that is possible.
the only thing with blood on it was the fucking
It was a
pillar.
surprise beating. The weapon is decided.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the...
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer. The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
If it was unexpected, I suppose that is possible.
That's right. It was a surprise beating. The weapon is decided.
How's the trial going? Knocked him against the pillar with the hammer. So I'm thinking what happened would have been like they restrained him and then they used the hammer to like knock the pillar down on him or something. That's what I was thinking. Use the hammer on the hammer? But like it wasn't the weapon. How's the trial going?
I guess we should
Not
figure out the
well.
weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
Cause like I feel like I'm trying to make me give the wrong answer
Killer
here.
used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
Oh, wait. Yeah, if I just use it there, it'd be like the hammer doesn't have blood on it, so it'll work as a counter here. Thank you, thank you for the spot,
I
Locust.
can't accept that that hammer was the murder weapon.
Why not? Why can't you accept it?
There's no blood on it.
A lot of oil was flowing from Nekomaru's body, just like human blood, right? If the hammer was used to beat Nekomaru, you'd expect some oil to be on it at least.
Not a problem.
But that hammer was clean. So that's why you can't accept that it's the murder weapon.
Yeah, but killer might have wiped off the oil later.
Well, yeah, but then there would have been oil on something else.
Why?
Well, obviously, to make the hammer look like it's not the murder weapon.
Then why bother cleaning the oil? If they didn't want it to look suspicious, they would have discarded the hammer.
Is he gone already? Gundam Tanaka! He's not gone yet, don't worry.
You're pretty insightful, baby gangsta.
Baby gangsta. I love that.
Baby gangster? Me?
Yeah, it's all good, Locust. Don't worry. Don't go telling people to shush. I'm fine with chatting. People chatting. Also, that's a very cute emote you got, Maruvi. Crisis for P. Crisis. I love that. In Gundam we trust. See, I have my suspicions of Gundam. But we're gonna find out.
Just so you all know, I was trying to test you guys.
Sure you were, Soda. Sure you were.
I thought, maybe you guys mistook the hammer for the weapon or something.
It seems that was a
See?
waste of
There he
time.
is. It's Gundam. He vibing.
Then what was the real weapon used to murder Nekomaru?
The pillar, right? They dropped the pillar on him while he was stunned.
That's the problem. There wasn't anything else at the crime scene that looked like a potential weapon.
Then, how about we look at it from a different angle?
My boy! He's a great character. We love we stand Gundam in this house.
If it doesn't have oil on it, it's not the weapon. So whatever has oil on it must be the weapon, right?
The actual weapon has oil on it, but it's something at the crime scene that had oil on it. The broken pillar.
The only thing with oil on it is that broken pillar.
Then that pillar is the weapon. Coach Nekomaru got clobbered with that pillar.
It is still a bit weird, but like somehow the pillar was used as a weapon. That's obvious to me.
Withstand a blow from that pillar. Even if you used 100% of your muscle strength, it would be impossible to wield it as a weapon.
Potentially. However, Newton's a bitch.
Why?
We tried to move it, right?
It's no use. It's barely budging. Didn't I tell you?
Yeah, that pillar was pretty freaking heavy. But there's one dude who could have lifted that pillar.
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Coach Nekomaru's robot body. With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar would be real easy.
So, he lifted the pillar, and then what? Did he use it to beat himself?
If you like dared Nekomaru to pick up a pillar and then hit his sleep switch, maybe? That would basically you would just knock him out, and then it would have fallen on him.
Nekomaru killed himself?
Don't be stupid. He ain't the type to commit suicide.
Yeah, he was so full of life and whimsy.
Then even if Nekomaru could have lifted that pillar, it has nothing to do with the case at all.
Well, I guess you're right.
What the heck?
But it does bother me a little. That word, suicide. By the way, the fourth murder of the killing school life was apparently ruled a suicide. Huh? No, that shouldn't matter. There's no way Nekomaru would commit suicide.
But that's a problem. If it's not the pillar, then there's no other weapon we can think of.
There may be a way to use the pillar as a weapon without lifting it.
Hey, hydrate. Thank you, Lucas.
Huh? For reals?
Yeah, Newton. Drop it on him.
Yes, for reals.
It's so funny hearing Sonya speak in, like, slang. Yeah, hydrate for Lucas. Thank you very much.
I see. So my gut was right after all. All right, it's up to you, Sonya. Prove that pillar was the murder weapon.
Understood. Then I shall give it my all. Sonya, here I go!
Is she about to power up? What the fuck? Make your argument. I'm gonna go with the good night button for now.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over. Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton of force.
Sonya, you go, girl. I'm getting hella excited.
Alright, so something here. The killer murdered Nekomaru by tipping over the pillar. Is that really it?
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over. Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton of force.
Sonya, you go, girl. I'm getting hella excited.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Tipping the
Even
pillar
I could
over.
probably tip it over. Considering the pillar's weight, It probably exerted a ton of force.
Sonia, you go, girl! I'm getting hella excited!
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lift, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over?
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
The fragments. There's already fragments on the ground before it fell on him.
If Nekomaru was crushed by the pillar, then there should have been fragments on top of his body.
I didn't care if you knew this, but Sonya is actually a huge Nirvana reference. Sonya and Nevermind are Nirvana album names, and so is Sonya's country. I did not know that. I'm not big into Nirvana. Thank you for the tip. Or thank you for the little bit of trivia. I like learning little bits of trivia about games I play.
Huh? Fragments?
The pillar fragments were scattered beneath Nekomaru's body, but there weren't any on top of his body. If the pillar had been tipped over and crushed it, the fragments should have been on top of his body instead.
Yeah.
I briefly considered that too. But it's probably not what happened. I see. That was entirely my bad.
No, you had a good attempt at it there, Sonya.
If they didn't tip it over, then how did the killer murder Nekomaru with that pillar?
Trivia is my one strong suit. It's my ultimate autism. There you go. Hey, if you have your special interests, you have your special interests.
How much longer are you gonna focus on the pillar? Just let it go already.
There's no way I can let it go. I'm positive that Nekomaru was killed by that pillar.
I went to a trivia night 2 weeks ago with my buddies, actually. Which is my first time going with them, because normally there's a different group that goes, and like teams are set to a certain amount. But I ended up going with them, and my first time there, I was part of the team that got the highest score. So I helped put their average up for trivia points. That was a fun night. I had a couple of drinks. Good times.
Why are you so certain about that?
I have a feeling.
No, the pillar was used in some way. Because there's oil on the pillar. Which, someone might have... If they put him in sleep mode and then just, like, bashed his head into the pillar.
A feeling, huh? That's just your instincts.
That could have been it.
But we can't say for sure that that instinct is wrong, can we?
Huh?
There's another way to use that pillar to kill. You guys just haven't noticed it.
I thought McConn's death symbol is just a pink cross. That's cool.
Is that true?
Then I shall ask you, what way is that?
They slammed his head into it.
You guys, same as usual.
Nagito is not vibing with this group right now.
You're unable to clear a path to the future with your own powers, so you just stand there and falter. What a waste of talent. And you all intend to fight the Future Foundation? You make me laugh.
Wow, he's getting ready.
What did you say? Regardless, it's not like I want to die with the rest of you. So I guess I should lend a hand.
I want to know what is his situation right now.
Hey, Nagito. What the hell happened to you?
That's what I want to know.
How come you're not talking like a lunatic anymore?
I've learned a valuable lesson. Ignorance is by far the greatest shame.
Huh? What do you mean?
Who cares? Just tell us how the pillar was used to kill.
Using Robomara is one of those throwing weights where you spin a circle before throwing them. Exactly. Reminds me of when I was in grade school and they made us do a pattern recognition test to see if we should be in honor classes. I got a perfect 100. Also, yo, Keep. Jake, hello! Welcome in, buddy. Also, hell yeah, perfect 100. That's a good score. How you doing, man? We're doing a trial, and I am beating my head against the wall to figure it out. The same way I'm assuming somebody beat Nekomaru's head against that pillar to kill him.
Well, first of all, the pillar itself is not enough. But when combined with a specific item, there's a way it could be possible.
Specific item? The wire? The wire had a loop on the end. Did they basically try and, like, rabbit trap Nekomaru?
A specific item?
Just finished dinner and got my new monitor arm set up. So I can now watch my monitor from my bed. Hell yeah. Living in luxury. So comfy.
The ultimate weapon.
What is the ultimate weapon? Still haven't told us, Nagito.
Ultimate weapon?
Isn't that the thing you get when you clear the final dead room?
So, Nagito knows what the ultimate weapon is?
Of course I know. But I'm pretty sure everyone else has seen it, you know?
We haven't, though. Unless... the ultimate weapon.
We've seen it?
I mean, I guess we haven't clocked it.
That's right. You've seen it clearly. Because I, the one who has claimed dominion
Are
of
you
evil,
kidding?
am the ultimate weapon.
Gundam! Now is not the time!
I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst, which flows out from the chaos with the sword of victory.
I mean, Nagito's experience combining items. After all, his POV is just a point-and-click adventure. Metal Gear! Wait, when did I make a Metal Gear reference? Where was there where's the Metal Gear reference? That's also true. Nagito did have like a big old point-and-click adventure. Combine, use, together.
It's only fitting that I deserve to be called the ultimate weapon.
Oh, ultimate weapon, right. That's what it is. Okay. Here's actually a thought that I've had, though. I've played Metal Gear Rising, or Metal Gear Revengeance in the past. I kind of have a want. I want to play it again on Revengeance, just see how I would fare with it. As like a stream thing, as like a challenge stream. But like, I think I need to actually like, I think I would need to train to do that. In the same way I train for like my Mass Effect speedrun. I kind of have to do something similar of like, I need to like buckle down and play it. Do it. It's a fun game. It's a very fun game. I've played it. I just want to see if I can do it on Revengeance difficulty. Because I remember when I was doing the Jetstream DLC, I just couldn't do it on the difficulty I'd done the rest of the game in. So I kind of want to see if like, not even like a speedrun type thing. But like in the way I've done speedruns in the past, of like, I just want to like sit down, do a super long stream, and just get something done in one stream. I kind of want to try and do Metal Gear Rising Revengeance on Revengeance, just to see if I could do it. And that would be, I think that would be like a fun stream thing to do at some point.
No, you are far greater than the ultimate weapon, since you wield your 4 dark divas of destruction.
She's hyping him up.
I see.
He doesn't know how to be hyped up.
I don't know why, but I'm not liking this.
You're just jealous, Soda.
Cut the bullshit and say it clearly. What is the ultimate weapon?
In order to clarify that, we first need to solve the secret of the Funhouse.
I ship it. I will also ship it. Me playing Persona 4 on a very hard, only to get my ass kicked in the tutorial fight. Yeah. Oh yeah, Locust. That's a fun thing. So, fun fact about me. For a time, I was a world champion Mass Effect speedrunner. Because I was the only person submitted time for the Mass Effect Legendary Edition Insanity category. I played all 3 of the Mass Effect games on Insanity difficulty from Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 3 in like 14 hours. That was a fun stream. That was a very fun stream. I enjoyed that. I am no longer the world record holder for that title anymore. Somebody beat my time by like 2 hours, so...
Huh? The secret of the Funhouse?
You still don't realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you? Ah, I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
What are you doing, Nagito?
Except for Hajime?
Oh, he's revealing it to everybody.
If we make it out of this, I'll explain it to you guys.
Get your crown back, King. Insert praise thing here, IDK. I've considered it. I know there are definitely things I could do to save time. But, oh my god. Who knows? Another thing on the back pocket. Reclaim my crown as a champion speedrunner. For a game that like 2 people have submitted into that category.
Anyway, we must first clarify the secret of the Funhouse, right?
Then I think it must have something to do with the structure of the funhouse.
Alright, so what is the structure of this
Strawberry
place?
House leads to Strawberry Tower, and Grape House leads to Grape Tower.
Does it, though?
But in actuality, they are both the same building, and both houses are linked to the central tower.
Are they, though? Because that compass thing tells me something changed.
It is undeniable that such a sweet building structure is the secret of the funhouse.
Man, not only does that make perfect sense, but Miss Sonia's beautiful voice is just so soothing.
Kazuichi, you're just whipped. That's all it is. I remember being the smart kid in my English class. There was this one guy who did nothing in the class. I was called to answer a question. I didn't say it loud enough for him to hear, and he told me to speak up, and I told him, do it yourself instead of being a lazy waste of sperm. I was quick with comebacks, as still am, lol. That is a very good comeback. I approve of this, Murovi. Sweet building structure, LMFAO. Make some good jokes in this game. I am not quite so witty with the comebacks, so I appreciate people that are. It's impressive.
Faux show. I shall leave this matter to your discretion.
Again, Sonia attempts to use modern slang. The two houses are connected to the tower in the middle. Thought that at first too, but ended up finding proof that completely contradicts that. Bro, Soda is a simp. He is fully a simp. Make your argument. Strange feeling in the tower, for one.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
They're not.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
I don't think it is. There's something interesting to it.
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors. And the designs on the floor are also different.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
Get 10 brain cells, my guy. Chad Gundam versus Virgin Soda. Sonia X Gundam forever. Hey, hydrate. Thank you. Yeah, Sonia and Gundam do seem to work better. Mainly just because I love getting to see Gundam go all blushy. He just does not know how to handle praise of any sort. And it's just very cute. So such a stupid simp. This is the thing of like... Actually, I have to hydrate. See, Soda, he's like the ultimate mechanic. You need to know a fair bit of stuff to be a mechanic. Like, I've worked in mechanics. There's a lot that goes into it. He's not dumb. But, like, if I was to put it in D&D terms, he has absolutely shot his wisdom. And not in the way of, like I always make the joke of, I have dumped wisdom because my perception is so bad. I guess in, like, Soda's case, it's like his insight is just garbage. Like, I'm not even sure if he, like, insight, like, he says things that I feel are offensive to, like, Sonia, or, like, at least speaks down to her in some way while trying, socially stupid, there you go. They are both extremely oblivious, and I love it, yes. Yeah. Like, I imagine Soda is smart, but he does not know how to talk to girls, and it shows so much. If that was the only mystery, there's no way Nagito would mention it here.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
I think it's gonna bring up...
Is that really it?
There's like a strange feeling in the tower in that first comment might be what I need to do.
I mean, the walls are different colors.
That's just true.
And the designs on the floor are also different.
That's also true.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
Girls? Why talk to girls? You can talk to men. Silly Soda not being gay in Pride Month. Homophobic TVH. You're right, it's Pride Month. Be gay, do crime. That's the rule. Honestly, Gundam is the autistic one. Just look at him. So it's just a Redditor. Oh, I love that. I love that. If that was the only mystery, there's no way Nagito would mention it here.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
There we go. Strange feeling with tower.
Both of those towers, are they really the same place?
Why are you asking that now? Do you harbor a grudge because my
What?
kingdom destroyed your homeland?
Excuse me?
Hajime, I won't tolerate any sort of rebellion.
My guy.
I mean, doesn't it seem strange?
I was in Sonya's romantic situation in my sophomore year. I went with neither boys and made out with a girl violently during homecoming. Sonya was a part of Nagasaki. Gundam who I want to be when I grow up. Gundam is a mood, and also shout out to you, Maruvi. Base as hell. I don't vibe with either of these boys. The third option that they don't tell you about when you are first in school. I had to figure that shit out for myself. My school didn't really touch on like LGBT stuff officially in classes. Like, I didn't figure out I was ace until I was like 2 years into university and like COVID hit. Yeah, shout out to the Newfoundland healthcare sex ed courses. Gundam isn't even interested though. Dude is just doing him. Yeah. Dude is moisturized in his own lane and vibing with the 4 dark days of destruction. He's loving life. I love women.
We went to Great Tower from Great Hall. Nekomaru's body was in front of the door to Strawberry Hall. But when we went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall, his body was in front of the door to Great Hall.
It's probably some kind of trick, like the floor rotating 180 degrees or something. If it is, then see? That means it could have passed as the exact same place, right?
My religious school didn't teach me shit about sexuality at all, Lexi. I also took to college to realize I was Ace Arrow. Hey, there you go, bubs. I knew you were also Ace. Didn't know you were also Arrow. We pretty much had the same experience. I figured out I was like Arrow afterwards. I figured out I was Ace first. Like, I wasn't from a religious school. I was from like a secular school. But I'm pretty sure the teachers at that school were previously part of like a religious school system, because I kind of like, I think the last religious school in Newfoundland closed in like 2000. So like they just kept the same teachers, and it's like, okay, you now have to teach like an official school program. I think that's what happened with some of them at least.
If so, then what? You seriously think such a simple answer is the correct answer?
Realize very quickly that that broship isn't quite feeling like you'd be happy spending your life with each other. Okay.
Does that mean he's wrong?
I definitely should have figured it out earlier, but like, just when you don't have the word to explain it, you tend to not know how to explain it, right?
Oops, I guess I've said too much.
He's speaking so much.
If the floor didn't rotate, then that means we need to think about the structure of the building.
Bow down.
Oh? Sonya's interjecting.
Then how about this? Somebody moved Nekomaru's body.
We were all together, though.
While we were moving from Great Tower to Strawberry Tower, but we should have all been together during that time.
Then Monokuma did it.
I don't think he can even do that.
While we were moving, Monokuma quickly moved things around.
But Nekomaru's body wasn't the only thing moved. Are you saying the broken pillar was moved too?
If it is too heavy to carry, let them roll it.
I mean, if anybody could lift it, I imagine Monokuma could. He's weirdly powerful for a plushie.
Just like if there's no bread, let them eat cake.
Sonya, no! Your monarchy is showing. Rebuttal showdown. A broken doorknob.
There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece.
We
To
use...
me, it was Monokuma's doing.
Yeah, but like, we use some of his pieces to fix the door.
Moving the body and the pillar in such a short time. That might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the futuristic robo-bear.
Oh, that didn't work. Fuck. It's an odd apple of an assumption that there's no way I can understand what you are saying. And think it over again.
You have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly wielding the power of the futuristic robo-bear.
Oil on the floor. What? Alright.
It seems you have forgotten.
I'm gonna see if anything comes after that I might be able to use.
Surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the futuristic robo-bear. The pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene.
There we go. Just need to wait for the next one. Break!
Moving the body and pillar is possible, but it would have been impossible to move the oil on the floor. When the position of Nekomaru's body and the pillar changed, the oil surrounding his body moved too. Physically moving all of the oil like that is simply not possible, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, how would that be done?
Then it's impossible to think it was moved.
I'm a raging... Kazuryu looks way too young for his outfit. He does. There's a I think there's a reason Akane calls him Baby Gangsta. I'm a raging bisexual in Florida. I've been with both men and women openly and only got told down once by my old-ass history teacher in sophomore that I kissed my GF at the time. Yeah, you get him, Keepa. So he's talking nonsense at this point. Yeah, a little bit. Like, Monokuma doesn't even get involved in these trials. And also, good for you. Stick it to the teachers. But yeah, like, I will say, my school didn't do anything to, like, suppress LGBT sexualities. They just didn't teach it. And there was, like, a gay-straight alliance at my school. But, like, asexuality was not, like, a thing that was part of that. Like, that was never brought up. That word was never used. I never knew anybody. Nobody told me about it. That's just something that I figured out in university when it's like, hey, I just have time to myself and time to research stuff. I ended up figuring it out. Bro does not care. Fifth trial, first game, perhaps. Fifth trial, first game.
I am terribly sorry. I cannot believe I got so fired up.
I learned from the internet? Hell yeah, that's the place to learn, Medi.
It's all right. A fired up Miss Sonia is awesome to watch.
So what really happened? Does that mean the two towers aren't the same building?
They can't be, right?
We can't be certain of that either. Not when the experiment involving the handbook I left on the tower floor was a complete success.
Is some kind of quantum projection thing? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, the e-handbook was still there. That's why we thought the two towers were the same building.
If they're not the same building or two different buildings, then what are they?
No idea, huh?
I mean, I'm also not sure unless it just is some kind of techno fuckery. This mystery ties into the secrets of the Funhouse. We don't have enough clues to solve that mystery. Then the only thing we can do is rely on the one person who has those clues. Hey.
Nagito. I thought it would come to this. I knew my turn was coming up.
Fine. I'll tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the Funhouse.
Thing is, you love who you love or don't love anyone at all. Both completely valid. Amen to that, Marubi. Same here from my school, except there was some dumbass who posted anti-straight LGBTQIA supremacy posters around the school and got our GSA closed. Yeah, that's also one of those things. You're pushing it a little bit far with that one. I need to I want to just double check something. 'Cause I'm pretty sure it is the case. Yeah. Yeah, like one of the rules I have on my chat is, remember everyone is welcome, so be tall and respectful. Stream may be 18 plus, but the band hammer's rated E for everyone who acts up. So, you know, just As long as you're here, and you're kind, and you're accepting of the people that are also here, it's all good. That's the rule. That's the rule I look for in life as well. I think it's it's one of the, I heard like a saying and it kind of like stuck with it. It's, if you're going to be a tolerant person, the only thing you can't tolerate is intolerance. Yeah. As long as you're being tolerant to everybody, it's all good. So like, don't try and be like exclusatory to people of any kind for any reason. I accept that I have a crippling addiction to Mio. We will accept your crippling addiction to Mio, Locus. Doesn't interfere, other students make it so school interferes. There you go.